Hello students, welcome back to the topic sexual reproduction in flowering plants. In the previous video, we discussed introductory part of the chapter, whereas today in this video, that is in lecture 2, we are going to discuss about a male reproductive structure called androecium. So this is a flower which is having a male reproductive structure called as an androecium. Androecium is made up of individual units called as a stamen. So all these structures which you are able to see in the PPT slide are called as a stamen. Stamen in group forms androecium, or individual units of androecium are called stamen, and androecium is said to be a male reproductive whorl of the flowering plants. Let us try to understand about a stamen now. As we understood in the first video, stamen will be made up of an elongated stalk, and that is called as a filament, and there will be a sterile structure called as connective. Connective is a sterile part that connects anther to the filament. Connective will be made up of xylem and phloem. And as we have understood, these lobed structures are called as anther. Externally, when we see anther, it appears to be made up of two lobes. First of all, anther is a fertile or a gynoecious part of the stamen. Externally, it appears to be made up of two lobes. That's why the anther is called as dithecus. But internally, when we study, internally anther is made up of four chamber. So these were the two parts which we discussed in the previous slide, which makes anther dithecus. But in turn, each lobe, as you can see in the diagram, are made up of four parts. So it is called tetralocular. See here, one locule, 2, 3 and 4 locules are there, making an anther tetralocular. Each locule can be called as microsporangium. So microsporangium can also be called as pollen sac, or it is also called as pollen chamber. So inside each microsporangium, see here, all the four microsporangium got the individual units of them, and they are called as a microspore, which can also be called as pollen grain. The microsporangium microspore cells which will be there, though they will undergo into a process called microsporogenesis so as to form pollen grain. Each microsporangium is made up of four protective layers. What are they? Let us try to understand. The outermost layer, see here, to understand the microsporangium, we have taken transverse section of the anther. We have not taken four lobes, we have taken only one lobe. Okay, so outermost layer of the anther is called epidermis. Epidermis is the outermost single layer of the cell. It is made up of a single layer of a flattened cell which provide protection. Coming to the second layer, as you can see, this is a second layer, and that is called endothecium. It is a part present below the epidermis. See, this was epidermis and now this layer we are showing. So this is called endothecium. So this is also made up of a single layer of radially elongated cell, and this is common for all the four pollen sac. So it is made up of single layer of cells where the cells are radially elongated, and the cells are made up of fibrous thickenings called that is of a callose, which are hygroscopic That is, when they absorb or lose water, they help in the burst opening of the anther, which is called dehiscence, so as to release pollen grains. Now this is the transverse section of the mature anther, where we can see cells of endothecium which are made up of thin walled. See here, this is a layer where the cells are made up of thin walled. Now the groove which is present, as you can see here, a shallow groove will be there between a two microsporangium, thereby makes an anther tetralocula. Now this groove which is there, that only is called line of dehiscence. Callose which is there in the endothecium cell will be hygroscopic in nature. Hence, it helps in the dehiscence of anther at maturity. Now coming to the third layer called middle layer. Middle layer is internal to endothecium. Next to the endothecium, the layers which are present are called as a middle layer. Middle layer is made up of 1 to 3 layer of parenchyma cells, which are surrounded by or which surround each pollen sac. So if you see this image now, the layer which you are able to see here, the cells of the middle layer, they degenerate at maturity and helps in the dehiscence of the anther. The cells which are present internal to the middle layer are called as tapetum. These are said to be innermost wall layer of the cell, and next to the innermost layer or next to the tapetum, there will be a mass of tissue called sporogenous tissue, which divide and develop into microspore. So innermost wall layer surrounds the sporogenous tissue, and the cells will be larger sized. They contain dense cytoplasm. They may be they contain one or more diploid nuclei. A polyploid nucleus will be present in the cells of what? Tapetum. Tapetum has got many functions. It nourishes pollen grain, it secretes enzyme, it secretes pollen kit around the pollen grain, it protects the pollen from the UV radiation. Okay, like that n number of functions are there. The first function, tapetum, supplies nutrition to the sporogenous tissue and developing microspore. Second, it helps in the formation of sporopollenin, which is a very highly resistant chemical present around the pollen grain. Now, this is an NCERT image. The outermost layer of the cell is called epidermis. Next to epidermis, the layer which is present is called as endothecium. Next to endothecium, 2 to 3 layers of cells which are present are called middle layer. Next layer which is present is called as tapetum. Next to tapetum, group of cells which are present are called as sporogenous tissue, which are going to develop into microspore mother cell. Now this is a TS of anther which has already broken, dehisced. Okay, so endothecium is there as outermost layer. Region of the dehiscence, from here only the anther is going to break open. Then two pollen sacs will get merged into one. The pollen grains which are there, they get released. So TS of mature anther, diagram can be asked. You have to draw young anther. This is a dehisced one. So where you can see the groove is ruptured and pollen grains are getting released. Microsporangium, this whole cavity is called as microsporangium. Microsporangium will be made up of diploid cells called sporogenous tissue. These cells which are there are called sporogenous tissue, and these cells of the tissue either undergo mitosis or directly act as a MMC, means microspore mother cell. Microspore mother cell, one we have enlarged here, which is diploid. That microspore mother cell undergoes meiosis and results in the formation of 4 microspore which will be haploid, and 3 we can see, 1 will be at the back, so tetrahedralate will be there. 4 microspores will be haploid, as we know meiosis is a reductional cell division. Now microsporangium diagram is there with a sporogenous cell. One of the that is a sporogenous cell which was diploid entered into meiosis and has resulted in the formation of microspore mother cell. Now these microspore mother cell have undergone meiotic division and resulted in the formation of 4 microspore. Correct? So the process of formation of haploid microspore from diploid microspore mother cell is called microsporogenesis, and the 4 microspores which are there, they get dissociated and develop into structures called pollen grain. So in this video we discussed about a TS of anther, that is a male reproductive structure in androecium, whereas in the next video we will discuss structure of the male gametophyte called as pollen grain. Thank you, students.